You are now watching MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV. Chill!
Yes, hello everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman of YBG and the Premier Boy Podcast. Welcome to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV, second episode of this YouTube installment. Hope all is well. And thank you for everybody that checked out. The first one was Pam D. Allow was on the show, and I appreciate it. And Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV, it will be like I said, the visual version. Yeah, I see the visual of the people interviewing, and some backstage stuff. To see the area right here, table, our work, stuff on the wall, stuff like that. But yeah, like once again, I appreciate y'all, for this, Superman shirt, and appreciate y'all. So on this episode, on this installment of episode 2, we got a special guest. She got 3 podcast shows, y'all. 3 podcast shows. She effing did that. Web JB podcast and dcom party podcast, and we will be interviewing her. Of course, y'all really want to see the visual version on YouTube. Y'all go check out the Anchor version, the regular podcast version, But y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and I'll be right back. Yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, I got my special guest. She's also a part of the Co-op crew. She got three podcast shows. Dang, she got a show called She Effing Did It. She got the DCOM Party podcast, and she got the Silhouette JB podcast. We got Gia Doxey on the show. Gia, how you doing?
All right. Hi, Ken. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. And thank you for the wonderful introduction.
Yeah. You're very welcome. Yes, and welcome to my show, and happy to have you as well. And let's start this interview.
Okay.
So so we're gonna start with, where are you from?
So I am from South Florida. I'm from Boca Raton, Florida. It's sitcom land. So if you ever watch Seinfeld, everybody that was Raymond, like they always have a Boca reference. Nice. And yeah, just sunny South Florida. And now I'm in Queens now. You're in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're
New
Brooklyn.
York in the building. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
It's awesome. So, where in Brooklyn are you?
Oh, I'm from Crown Heights.
Nice. Okay. Are you off the 1 train? Or which train are you?
Nah, and I'm more close to the A.
The A, okay. Yeah, I know it's either the 1, 2, 3 or the ACE.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's dope. So how would you describe yourself as a person?
Oh, as a person. Okay. So these are like I'm not used to answering questions about myself. I would say a very nostalgic person, but it's always been tough for me because I studied journalism, and journalism is all about being in the now and always updating. So I have a soft spot though for bringing like the past and making it relevant again, because everything always comes back, just in life in general. So I would say a very like nostalgic, enthusiastic but informed person.
Nice.
Because that's always like a thing. Like I feel like if you're too enthusiastic, then people think that you're really flighty. You don't know a lot about what you're talking about, and that's not true at all. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So let my audience know, what do you do?
What do I do? So, with the pandemic, I'm working again now a little bit, but I was doing nothing for a while, so I started making podcasts, and I love it, and I really feel like I found my niche with it. Because again, I study journalism, so this is just very much like up my alley. I love producing and writing and getting people together and talking about things that we love, that other people love too, and we can all learn something from it. So, yeah, so I've been podcasting for for about 3 months now, and it's been a lot, but it's been great.
Nice. Well, we're about to break down your shows in a few, so we're gonna start with what inspired you to start So what inspired you to start a podcast?
Sure. Okay. So, well, I have to admit, at first, I was not a podcast person. I really never listened to it much. You know, I heard about Joe Rogan. I heard about people like doing different podcasts, but I just never took the time to listen to it, like with like, or any of them, like on my commute, or I would always listen to music instead. So, but I really got into them over like, during COVID. And I was fascinated with long form content because especially when it comes to the news, everything is very ad based, or you only have maybe like 7 minutes to get a full segment, and that's not enough time. So I always wanted to like really deep dive into something, and so Decom Party, which is all about Disney Channel original movies, the nostalgia, hardcore, is so the reason why I wanted to do that one is because you know, it was just a tough time. Everyone had Disney Plus, and I thought it'd be really fun to just to bring them back and be and just like have like the comfort of something from our past that we love. And people always say that like, oh, like I used to love this movie, or I used to love like this actor, and I'm like, why does it have to be in the past? Like it doesn't have to be that way at all. And like you could still love them and still watch them. Like there's nothing wrong with it. And like you could introduce it to your friends, or like if you have kids, it's perfect. And yeah, and I thought like with me, like if I'm ever at a party and someone brings up a decom, I'm like, I want to talk to that person. Like that's it. So it first started with like Disney Channel original movie knowledge is a personality. That was the original slogan or the tagline. And then, but then when everything with Black Lives Matter started, it shifted big time into like, okay, how can the past heal the present? And now that, you know, we're very like, you know, I'm a millennial. Are you a millennial too? Yeah. You know, like, so we're very, you know, like it's the woke time. It's like, we're very careful about what material we want to keep bringing into the world and what things we kind of want to leave in the past. It's not cancel culture at all. It's just a really like, it's just a conversation saying like, well, you know what, this was a little problematic. Let's like, maybe we don't have to bring this back into our lives anymore. But it's more of like a still fun, light, nostalgic look, but through our new millennial 2020 lens. That's pretty much what I wanted to do. So it's positivity and nostalgia, but always bringing it back home.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you already answered one of the questions, you know, about the DCOM party podcast. So we already got that. But before we continue, like out of 3 podcast show, you know, She Effing Did It, the Silhouette Pocket, and the DCOM podcast, which one did you start first?
So Decom Party was the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. That's yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get too ahead of you there.
No. Well, interesting because that's perfect. It's set up the next question. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So tell us about She Effing Did It.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So she fucking did that. Can I curse on here? Is
that
okay?
You could.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I should have asked you before. So that one is really cool. So one of my dear friends, Layla Brinzia, she's in LA. I'm in New York, also Florida, depending where I am during this pandemic. So she and I started a podcast last year, actually. I should have mentioned that first. We didn't do it for long. And but she wanted to do another one, and she's like, fuck it. Let's just talk about badass women. And I'm like, that's a wonderful idea. And because I was an intern at Refinery 29, and that really got me into just like really like celebrating women a lot more than
Nice.
I grew up. Like it wasn't, of course we celebrated women, but it wasn't at like a level that I knew it should have been. So I got into it more, and it's all about the badass women that we never learned about in history class. So we do our research, we say who our sources are, we tell their story, and hopefully people will listen and want to learn about just different people. Yeah.
Nice.
And especially with 2020, so we're really pushing to have people at first register to vote, but of course actually show up at the polls. And so we have a thing called the suffragist saga. And as everyone knows, well, at least we know now. So in 1920, 100 years ago, the 19th Amendment was passed that gave women the right to vote, but it wasn't all women. So what we wanted to do was was really celebrate the Black and POC women who helped us get there in 1920 and also help us with further voter equality today, and accessibility. So that's what we've been doing. Well, I think it'll be about, 9 episodes total that were with those, like just with that saga into it. But
Nice,
yeah, we're really
nice.
trying to do some good in the world and just share stories. Yeah.
Nice. That's an interesting name, by the way.
Thank you.
When I first started out, like, oh wow, I gotta check this out. Like, I had to check this out.
Ballsy, yeah. Well, because and it's not meant to be like pure shock value, but it's how people talk. It's conversation, and it can go different ways. So it's like, oh, like, were you under the impression that somebody else did this? It's like, no, she fucking did that. Or it's like, wait, she fucking did that? Like back then when none of this happened. So it can go different ways, but it's all about, that punch and that power. And by cursing, it has more of a power to it. But always in good taste. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was when I saw that name, I was like, wow, what an interesting name. Wow.
Thank you. See, it's an attention grabber, and hopefully people will see it. It's not meant to be clickbaity at all, but it's meant to show like, hey, we're here for a reason. So check us out.
Dope. And now you also got the Silhouette JB podcast. Now tell us about that one.
Yes. Okay. So Silhouette's JB podcast. Now, Ken, I have to ask you, are you into Jersey Boys? Have you seen the movie or the show? The movie's on Netflix.
I never watched Jersey Boys. Of course I heard about it, but I never got time to watch it.
Well, I highly recommend. It's on Netflix. Check it out. Clint Eastwood directed it. It's pretty cool. So I'm in theater as well, and Jersey Boys is my absolute favorite show. It got me into everything. And so of course, like now my best friend David, we became best friends by doing this. He feels the same way. And like, do you have that one thing or a few things that you absolutely love, but no one else gets it? And then when you find that person, you're like, oh, someone actually understands me. Like,
I got a lot of stuff. Well, one thing to mention, since I got the superhero thing, is one of my things.
There you go.
I got a couple of things.
So when you find like your Marvel friends or your DC friends, you're just like, fuck yeah, like, all right. It's true. It's some kind of like telepathy, psychological thing that just like really connects you to people. So, and podcasts are all about creating communities and just like really like niching down. And there are like over 1 million people, like millions of people have seen and adored this show, and they still follow it. And the show is off Broadway now at New World Stages in Manhattan. And so we wanted to have a pure deep dive of the show, and it's great because we first started it like just talking about the show. Like we would talk on Zoom for like 5 hours, and so we were just writing things down that we knew, and we're like, dude, we have like 15 episodes here, and we thought it was going to be just he and I talking at first, but then we had this amazing actor. His name was Aaron DeJesus, beautiful person, and he plays Frankie Valli at New World Stages right now. So Jersey Boys is the whole story. It's the rags to riches story about Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, how they went from small town Belleville, New Jersey, where either like you got mobbed up or you went to jail, or like you just stayed in Belleville. And they had like this amazing success story, and everyone knows the Four Seasons, one of the greatest bands of all time, and this is their story, and it's the coolest thing, and it's written so tight, like it's so well. And I'm telling you, Ken, when you watch this movie, it's so relatable, and every piece of dialogue, like everything that you think about can be boiled down to something that somebody says in that movie or the show. Seriously, it's excellent. But it ended up turning into this amazing thing where we've been interviewing the actors and the production designer, the music supervisor, and like all the Jersey Boys content that David and I wanted as a teenager, we're getting now from doing this podcast. And if anyone is looking for to make a podcast but not exactly sure if they want to, like, people want to talk about it. They will come on. Like, it's just reach out, and you never know what's going to happen. And we're freaking out. So we're trying to, of course, like, build all of the shows. And it's a lot of work, but I feel like you can really make a business out of this. And it's really cool. How do you feel about podcasting? Like, do you want to, like, what are your goals with your podcast?
Oh, wow.
I turned it around on you.
You really did. Yeah, no, I definitely want to make it like a bigger platform, you know, like maybe turn it to like, maybe like how Joe Rogan got his show out and stuff like that. Or maybe turn it to a talk show in the future.
Yeah, Ken, go for it. I love it. Well, you have 11,000 Instagram followers, so you definitely have like you have your platform. So yeah, make what you want.
I'm getting there, and you know, I got 2 podcast shows, so it's so
you're busy, right? It's crazy.
So I want to ask you, this is like a bonus question. I want to ask you this: how do you manage all 3 shows?
It's hard. So not without mistakes and not without prioritizing either really poorly or really great. So Decom Party is pretty inconsistent, I would say right now. I have 3 episodes that I have left to edit and post. So I think after Decom Party, I'm gonna like wrap up a season 1, so I can really focus on Silhouettes and She Fucking Did That. Because it's just so much you can do. And yeah, so it's tough, and of course, like trying to find another job and like to help pay the bills and until I can really get the podcast off the ground. So it's but I'm having the time of my life for sure. It's very fulfilling, and I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I know for me, it been kind of tough too, you know, because, you know, with my other podcast, you know, it's me and my friends, and it's kind of hard to get together sometimes. Mm-hmm. But since lately, it's been getting a lot more successful. We added more episodes now. It was probably like a limit season, but now we can put it as a 4th season for that now.
There you go. See, yeah. And it's great because if you like just haul ass for like a week or 2, and like you have everything all there, it's just putting it all together. Yeah, but like you can really put a whole season together relatively quickly.
Yeah, but I know for this show it's easy because it's just me. So
right, it's just have a good time.
But then again, you know, getting a guest sometimes is pretty much the hard part for this show. But other than that, you know.
Well, I'm so thankful that you're having me on because, well, for everyone out there listening, Ken and I met on a Discord group through Michelle Miller, who was on your show. She has her Mentors on the Mic podcast. Definitely check out her show too.
Yeah. Check out Mentors on the Mic and check out. She was on my show, episode 48. So, you know, check it out. Yeah, check it out.
See, 48, Ken, that's incredible. Like, you have over 50 episodes. Good for you.
Yeah.
There you go. I love it. Yeah, and Michelle's awesome. I actually just had breakfast with her today with Layla. So, because she was here. So, yeah, I'm very grateful for Michelle and for you and for just this whole podcast community. It's really, really awesome.
Yeah. You know, shout out to the co-op crew, y'all. Shout out to the co-op crew. I had a lot of them on the show, by the way. So, shout out to them.
I know. I got to catch up. I have to listen. So I have a question for you. Do you listen to a lot of podcasts, even though you're making 2 on your own? Like, do you have enough time to listen to a lot of them?
Lately, I haven't. I mean, I do listen to a lot of podcasts, but lately I have not had time to listen to a lot of. I got a lot of podcasts to catch up on. So I'm gonna start. Yeah, but I had listened to your 3 shows though, and both of them is dope. But all 3 of them is dope. So
thank you.
Let all my listeners know where they can listen to them.
Sure. So you can listen to all of them on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And but if you follow us on social media, like everything will be there and all the links are there too.
Okay, nice. So I'm actually a hard question. So
sure.
So which podcast was your favorite to work on and which one was your hardest to work on?
Oh, I can't say my favorite. I'll make somebody sad. But I will say the hardest one actually is Decom Party. It's a lot because you have to, of course, you have to prepare for everything. But for some reason with Decom Party, it's like sitting down, watching the movie, like analyzing the movie. Because I think it's because I'm watching it like for the first time in about like around 10 years for each one. So I have to really pay attention. Of course, like I would do it for anything. And it's just that, making the rundown, just checking in on everybody, sound check. It's a lot, but Silhouettes is pretty much the same amount of preparation, if not even more, honestly. But I think but there's something that's like driving me like so much to do so. Like, this is so much excitement. I think because now I was doing decom party with my great friend Brianna, but then she had to like back away from the show, which is totally fine. So I think just because I'm like alone on that one and I have a partner for Silhouettes and for She Fucking Did That, that's what makes it more fun and just a little more exciting. But She Fucking it is great. Like it's of course it takes time to research and put the stories together too, but it's very therapeutic in a way. And same with Silhouettes. Like it's therapeutic, but also extremely exciting because of the guests that we have and for working with David and Layla's just the best, and it's just so much fun. And it's cool because it hits like different parts of my personality that like kind of just get like real heightened for it, and I love it. And Decom Party is there too, but it's just it's just really time consuming, and I feel like that one's a little bit harder. It's not harder to build as far as like engagement, but I think from a business model standpoint, it's a little harder. But that's pretty much it. Yeah. Well, how about you with your podcast with your friends?
Oh, the Premiere Boy, yeah, that one that one been always like the hardest to work on. I'm not gonna lie, cause you know, I'm getting them together, and then when the episode's done, the audio will be sometimes crazy. So me fixing it and stuff like that, yeah, that been like the hardest to work on for me. That one been the hardest. Yeah, it's just and then I did extra planning on it. So yeah, that one good thing that was on a short break now. So that's good. A good thing. All right, so what is your goal for your podcast, and what message you want to bring to your listeners?
Sure. Oh, okay. Well, the goal for the podcast, well, at least like for She Fucking Did That, we really just want to get the word out and have people really listen to these stories. And we would love, like, because we want to be a resource for people for women's history. And like if Reese Witherspoon ever like checked out our podcast and like wanted to make a movie or a show based on one of these amazing women, then that automatic win, of course. And so another goal is like we're gonna try to get like guests on the show and just like other like inspirational women today. Yeah, like there's so many different directions we can go with She Fucking Did That, and I like we just need to like start exploring all of them. So definitely stay tuned because we do have a lot of things in store, but we're not exactly sure how to put it all together yet. So we're still like working that She Fucking Did That out. And then for Silhouettes, the goal we would love to get like on a Broadway podcast network and create a network of our own. I would love to create a network just with all of the podcasts because they all have a nostalgia factor in it. Yeah. So we would love to do that, and you know, of course, like get sponsors and just see like if we could be the official Jersey Boys podcast, you know, like from New World Stages or from like Dodgers Theatrical, that would seriously be like a dream come true, like in a dream that David and I never really knew we had, but that's what we want. Like we want to be part of something. We want to be a huge part in things that we love because we've done so much research and we love it so much, and like we care about the integrity of Jersey Boys and with women's history we feel exactly the same way, and we just want to be part of these movements or these institutions just in a really, really big way. Yeah, that's really what we want. Like we want people to know and like we just want to talk about shit that we love, you know, but like and let people know that they can do that too. Like we just want to be able to prove that like, hey, we're just people and we did this and you can do it too. Inspiring people is definitely high on the list. It's not the first thing. Yeah.
No, I agree with you on that too. And thanks. I want to do the same thing as well.
Yeah, it's like, and there's nothing wrong with wanting, like I just think inspiring people, making friends, and being recognized for your hard work.
Exactly. So as you know, we are in a pandemic. We still in a pandemic. So how did the pandemic affect you, and what have you learned from it?
Sure. So I'll honestly, the first 2.5 months, I was a wreck. Like I could not do anything. I slept all day. I just didn't really have a path, but I really did. I took the time for myself that I needed, to like, figure everything out. Cause we had that time, and it was great to not feel obligated to do things for people. As like I know that sounds terrible, but like, it was good to just be like, okay, like if I don't call someone today, like that's okay. And like they're dealing with their shit too, and it's fine. But honestly, David and Layla and Brianna and my friend Lauren, like with the podcast, they all got me out of that funk, and I'm so grateful to them because Silhouettes was David's idea. The podcast with Layla, she's the one who reached out for me to do it, and with Brianna, with Decom Party, I was just watching a movie with my friends Brianna and Lauren, and I was like, "Fuck, light bulb." Let's fucking do a podcast. Why not? We have the time. Like it could be fun for us. You never know. And I'm just so grateful that you can do this like pretty much almost for free. And it's just good to have a creative outlet, and people will listen. So I feel like it kind of changed my perspective on a lot of things, and that dreams change and not, well, no, dreams, well, yeah, they do, but it's like everyone is on the same playing field now. But it's what you do with it that makes it interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah. How about for you? How did everything start with you?
Ooh, it's a lot. It's a lot. I was diagnosed with anxiety during the pandemic, everything that's going on, and that's affected me a whole lot. Also my job, I lost my job during the pandemic as well. But the good thing about all that, it made me want to do this a lot more. It made me know what I want to do. It made me push my episodes more, and it made me, I don't know, it made me a lot stronger than than I was when it first started.
Good.
So,
I'm glad.
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot better now. I'm doing, I'm in a better place. So yeah.
Good.
So,
thank God.
Yeah.
Well, 8 months later,
And plus,
is it 8? Wait, 8, June, July, August. 7 months.
Yeah, and plus I had hair. I had an afro during the pandemic. Now I'm.
You had an afro? Nice.
Yeah, I had an afro during the pandemic. Yeah,
I know. I need to get a haircut tomorrow. I think I might do that.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I mean, glad that as long as all my people is good and family and friends are safe and healthy, that's all that matters for me. So.
Exactly. So, yeah, like it's the real things that matter. Like we're more old school now.
Yeah.
But I hate being in this in-between period because we are still in the pandemic.
Of course,
more than half the country, including myself, is still out of work. And, there's the guilt, there's like, but now it's like the expectations are coming back. It's like, well, why can't she come to this? You're like, well, why can't she do this?
Yeah,
and it's
exactly,
like, because it's not over.
And it's really not over.
We're not supposed to go back to the way things were. We're
exactly,
not.
Yeah.
I hate it. That's really what's frustrating me the most.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it have. Yeah, it's been. Yeah, but
just leave people alone. Like they'll do the work. Let them do it on their own terms. If they do it on time, who gives a fuck how they're doing it?
Yeah, we just got to stay positive, to stay focused, and just try to get used to this, or to possibly get some kind of normal. But
whatever normal is,
whatever normal is,
it's your normal. Like that's another thing that I learned, especially doing podcasts, like or with anyone starting a business or anything. Like you can make your life the way you want it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really, of course, so hard to fight against the grain at the beginning, but then light bulb, like you're like after time, like you're successful, and then no one gives you shit for anything. Like, oh my God, how did you do that? And it's like it's the same people that'll be like questioning you the whole time. But I feel like with the pandemic, everyone is very open to each other, and it's like, you know what, your journey, man, whatever gets you through the night.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that people are calming down in that aspect.
That's
Generally,
good.
but they're all still those assholes who are like,
Yeah, definitely.
why? I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, definitely. So if you could interview anybody on any three of your shows, who
Oh,
would that be? Give me your top three.
top three. Okay, this is hard. So, okay. Dead or Alive?
Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, it don't
Okay.
matter.
So for She Fucking Did That, it would have to be Nora Ephron. Have you seen the movie When Harry Met Sally?
Yeah, I think it's been
Yeah,
a long
a
time. It's been
long
a long
time.
time.
Yeah. Well, so she's amazing. Well, she died in 2012 from leukemia.
Mhm.
But I feel so connected to her, and she's a huge reason why I wanted to move to New York. Not only like her movies, but she was also a journalist, and I was journalist. Well, I still consider kind of, but I studied journalism, and she was just the greatest, biggest inspiration to me. As a reporter, as a filmmaker, as a person, as a mother, as a wife, as an ex-wife. I've never been a wife or an ex-wife, but but I feel for her. And just as a woman, as a feminist, and like she started everything. Like she started a huge wave. And I love her so much. And so if she was around, I would love to talk to her.
Mm.
And I'm trying to think. Okay, so then for silhouettes, okay, so of course the goal is Frankie Valli and Bob Gaudio and the writers. I'm giving you more than three. I'm sorry. And Marshall Brickman and
It's
Rick
cool.
Ellis, the writers who made the book, the whole show come alive. I will talk to them. And for Decom Party, the dream is to talk to the directors and the creative team of these movies. And I need to talk to Kenny Ortega. He is the director, choreographer of the High School Musical series, Hocus Pocus, everything. And I would not be who I am without that man. I really would not be. So I would love to talk to Kenny Ortega. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, those are the goals.
Nice.
Thank you.
I know for me, it's hard. I can't even answer this question if I wanted to. I know there's one singer that I wanna interview on my show. He always been a fan. This guy named Ryan Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
He a producer and a singer and
Amazing.
a rapper. Yeah, that's one person I know for a fact that I really want on my show. Of course,
Get
The
him.
Rock. Dwayne Johnson, of course.
The
You know,
Rock. Oh my
yeah,
gosh. Hey man, honest, anything is possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my main two, and that's my main two, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Obama and Michelle, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, the Obamas. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck. Cool.
That
Well,
would have been
hey,
dope.
I mean, snatch them while things are still relatively calm and they're still at home. You never know. Even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Like,
Yeah, that'd be dope. That would be dope.
yeah. That'd be so cool.
It will be. So what other projects you got going on?
Other none at the moment. These three are pretty much taken up most of the time. Honestly, this is the main thing. I'm a comedian as well. So
Wow.
I do stand up and sketch, and I'm starting. I'm new to it in the New York scene, but my really good friend Safe started a show called Last Minute Late Night, and I'm helping him with social, and I'm kind of helping him perform and write in the shows now. Check that out on Instagram. It's an exclusive Instagram late night show. So it's called Last Minute Late Night, NITE, and it's it's also featured on the Socially Distant Improv Instagram, and it's a whole network of really fun comedy shows.
Nice. That's dope. I gotta check that out.
Please, no, you would like it. It's fun. So each show, it's a minute long. The only late night show that lasts just 1 minute. And it's really fun. And I love late night TV. My goal is to work for Saturday Night Live. So
well, nice.
Yeah, that's still a dream. Yeah, and that show is a lot of fun.
I mean, I do want to be a late night host. I do want to take Jimmy Kimmel's or Jimmy Fallon's spot. So
hey,
that's one of my.
All right.
That
Kimmel, watch out.
All right. So, what do you have to say for anybody going the same route as you? Like, say something inspirational.
Sure. You know what? I actually, let me show you. I have all of these things that I wrote in front of me.
Nice.
Yeah. Timing is everything. That's one thing. And trust your instincts. And the main thing, I think, like if you've tried something, or else or if you know that you can do it, like just try. And if you've done something once, you can do it again, and you could do it even better. Like never think that you peaked. I think that's the main thing. If you feel like you've peaked before, know that you haven't. That's me. If anyone else is like post grad out there, I loved my time in college. I felt like I did, like I loved who I was in college. And I feel like, fuck, what am I gonna do now? But no, but everything is a building block. Just keep like, and if you feel like you're reverting back to like a lower level, you really can't, because like once you hit something, like yes, you might feel like things are reverting back, but you're never gonna be as low as you were before, or it's like it's a different kind of place. So you're just know that. Like, take comfort in the fact that you're never gonna be in the same emotional, financial place at again. Like you're never gonna, like you can't double jeopardy your growth. If that makes any sense. And just don't be afraid of judgment or failure. Like do not, like seriously, don't be afraid. Like it's fine. Just stay confident and keep working. And if you fuck up, you fuck up. And hopefully the people that you're working with are very forgiving and they want to keep working with you. And if they don't, then you'll find other people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
That was
tips,
a
good
long
tips.
way of saying that, but yeah. Yeah. And
Nice.
if you don't know what to do, like if you're totally lost or it's like you really fucked up and you're like, okay, I need to take a step back. Like if you don't know what to do, help somebody else. Just
Nice.
like, okay, just help somebody in any way.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so before you go, we're gonna play a little segment game called
Okay.
5 Random Topics, where I ask my guests 5 random topics, and they tell me in a short response or a long response with how they feel or
Ooh.
what they think about it. So I'm gonna start off with the first one.
Okay.
Your favorite movie?
Favorite movie, My Cousin Vinny.
Okay, nice. Classic.
Yes, thank you.
All right, favorite place to clear your head?
It used to be Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Oh,
I haven't been in a while.
That's my spot. That's my spot too, by the way.
Is it really? Isn't
Yeah,
it the
it
best? Yeah. Listening to 80s music at the park is the fucking most coolest thing ever. Yeah, Brooklyn Bridge Park was a huge place. Yeah.
Nice. That always used to be my spot since I was in high school. Before it was Brooklyn Bridge Park, me and my friends used to go there just to chill.
Yeah.
That used to be our spot from a long time ago. That's from a spot from a long time ago. You know, shout out to the Premier Web Podcast, by the way.
There you go.
Favorite. What is your favorite go-to song? Like
Good
your favorite
Timin'
song?
by the Beach Boys.
Okay, nice. All right. Dream job as a kid.
As a kid, I had so many. Dream as a kid. Honestly, well, I started. No, I was like 13. I'll stick with that. And it still is to work for Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. No, I know you could definitely get that. You know, you keep working hard. You definitely could get that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And the last one. If you were the Disney princess, which one would you be and why?
Princess Anna, actually. Yeah, I love Anna. She's my favorite.
Why?
Because, and this, I know this is not a usual answer. It's not. No, I love, because she cares about people. People come first, and yeah, she's a little awkward and quirky, but we all are, and she doesn't care, and she figures out a way to be stronger, and to make things work out better for everyone and for herself, and it might take her a while to get there, but she never stops trying, and I really appreciate that about Anna, and she's a good soul.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Well, Gia, I want to thank you for coming on the show. It's been really fun. I appreciate you. You know, shout out to all 3 of your shows. The Silhouette JD podcast, she effing did that, and DCMOM Party podcast. Yeah, you're doing big things with all them great shows. I listen to all 3 of them. All them great shows, and Yeah, keep doing your thing, and you definitely. I know you could definitely make it to Saturday Night Live. You got this.
Oh my gosh, Ken, thank you so much. Well, I appreciate you and your podcast, and you're killing it, and I'm so happy to know you now. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So you know, drop your social media on where they can reach you, and drop all your podcasts and where they can find you and listen to it.
All right, here we go. So just Instagram, and you'll find everything there, and just search the titles of the things, and you'll find them wherever you listen to podcasts. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, all of them. And so, okay, so my Instagram is at Gia Doxey, GIADOXEY, and all the handles are in the bio there too. So obnoxious, like link in bio. and, and then so she fucking did that is at SFDT podcast. Silhouettes is Silhouettes JB podcast _ there has to be an underscore. You'll find it, but there's an underscore. And and for Decom Party, it's just at DCOM Party. And that's it. All of those things.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you again. You was amazing, and we'll be right back. I just want to thank everybody for watching the second installment of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV. You know, thank you to my special guest, Miss Gia Doxey, for coming on the show. Everybody, check out her 3 shows, y'all. She after did that Silhouette JB podcast and the DCOM Party podcast show. Y'all check it out. It's out now. All 3 shows are amazing. Yeah, y'all already know. If y'all want to be on this part of the show, the MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV, y'all can hit me up, DM me on IG, Ken_MrGentleman. I repeat, Ken, KEN _ Mr. MrGentleman, GENTLEMAN. Or y'all can email me, KenYPGENT @gmail.com. And I got y'all, you know. And subscribe to the Premier Podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, DJ Retro, and long live the Chief Mally Mel. Subscribe to us right now. And you know, thank you for watching. Subscribe on my YouTube, Ken, aka MrGentleman, right now on YouTube. Y'all can watch this episode and the one before this episode. And you know, once again, thank y'all and have a good day.
You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 3. Cheers!